This is Dabu7. We've been looking far and wide for righteous world leaders that are actually standing up for their people during this whole scam that we're living through. Vladimir Putin thinks he's slick, and he plays this side of the fence every time. It has to be done this way. This is how the world stage is set up. And mind you, this man is fully controlled by Rothschild money, and all you got to do is go back and look at the Bolshevik Revolution and do a little bit of history, and you'll know exactly what this man really represents. Yeah, he gives some good looks when you compare him to other tyrannical world leaders. He sure does. Back when Obama was forcing GMOs on everyone and he was burning the crops at his border, that showed a sign of making a stand for the people. But don't be fooled. This man says that he opposes mandatory jabs. That's got a lot of people like, oh, hooray, Putin's awesome. But you need to listen to what he goes on to say. The number one thing to stop this is the vaccine. He's just taking a lighter path here. And for some, they're going to like that because their path is so hard and rough right now wherever they're at. It doesn't matter though. In the end, he says the one way to fight this, the only tool, the best tool that they have is vaccination. So, while fluffing everything up, saying he's against mandatory jabs, that people's jobs should not be on the line, which all this is true. And it paints him out to start to look to be like the good guy. In the end, though, the door closes, and he's still all about full vaccination. It is the one and only way that they can overcome this, he says. So, trying to soften it up a little bit and trying to look like the better guy, in the end, he's still pushing it. There's very few world leaders out there, like the leader of Belarus right now, that was in the shoes of like a Gaddafi. You know, really riding against the beast out here. Anyhow, this is some of the latest, what I call gaslighting at the same time, new age gaslighting, where they try to tell you one thing to make you feel comfortable, but in the end, it's always the same old song and dance. If you like what he's saying, then move your ass on to Russia. Or get up off that ass and make a stand right here where you're at. You're needed. Time's ticking. This is Dabu7. You were looking at a sea of people that took to the streets in Greece protesting against mandatory vaccination. Many people taking to the streets and clashing with the police and standing up for their rights and voicing their opinions. This all began yesterday as these protests broke loose in Athens, people clashing with the police, and people not happy about the talk of mandatory vaccination. All this is set to go into effect September 1st inside of this country. And there were thousands out here in this Syntagma Square rallying, as you can see here. People were on the rooftops filming this. And people were saying that see all the tear gas being emitted right there, all those clouds, that was drifting its way to the upper balconies, even to where this person was filming, and they can say that it burns bad. There was that much chemical disbursement in the air during all this. But you can see here the crowds of people rallying, and you have to ask yourself, what is happening in your country? What is happening in your neck of the woods? Are people making a stand against tyranny? Well, if it's not happening in your neck of the woods, you better find somewhere that's making a stand close by. You better get with it or you're going to get left behind. If you want to join us, we're having a march Tuesday, September 21st in the Northern Kentucky area. Email me, dabu7@yahoo.com if you want to join us and get active and actually get up off that ass and do something.